Title: The Crimson Divide, A Tale of the American Civil War. Prologue: The storm approaches. 1861. America stands on the brink of war. North against South. Brother against brother. The fields of Virginia, Tennessee, and Georgia will soon run red with the blood of a divided nation. Amidst the chaos, lives will be forever changed, and heroes will rise from the ashes of destruction. Chapter 1. A Nation Torn Apart. Young Ethan Callaway, a farm boy from Pennsylvania, enlists in the Union Army, eager to fight for the abolitionist cause. Meanwhile, James McAllister, a Southern aristocrat's son, takes up arms for the Confederacy, determined to defend his homeland. As war is declared, both men march toward an uncertain future, unaware that their fates will soon intertwine on the battlefield. Chapter 2. The First Shots at Bull Run. The first major clash of the war erupts at Manassas, Bull Run. Ethan witnesses the horrors of war firsthand as his regiment is overwhelmed by Confederate forces. James, fighting on the opposite side, experiences the thrill of victory but also the agony of seeing friends fall. Neither side realizes that this war will be longer and bloodier than anyone imagined. Chapter 3. The Spy Among Us. In Washington, D.C., Clara Whitmore, a Southern belle turned Confederate spy, infiltrates Union circles to gather intelligence. Her mission becomes complicated when she develops feelings for Captain Nathaniel Carter, a Union officer with suspicions about her true allegiance. As she walks the fine line between love and duty, betrayal looms on the horizon. Chapter 4. Shiloh, Baptism by Fire. The war escalates in the West as Ethan's regiment is thrown into the bloody Battle of Shiloh. In the carnage, he comes face to face with James in close combat. Though neither recognizes the other at first, fate pulls them together. A sudden artillery blast leaves Ethan wounded and James with a choice: kill his enemy or show mercy. Chapter 5. The Underground Railroad. As the war rages, Sarah Freeman, a former slave, joins the Underground Railroad, leading enslaved people to freedom. Risking her life, she crosses enemy lines to deliver vital information to Union generals. Her courage will turn the tide of battles yet to come. Chapter 6. The Battle of Antietam. September 1862. The single bloodiest day in American history unfolds at Antietam Creek. Ethan's unit is caught in the infamous Sunken Road, where bullets rain down like hail. James, leading a desperate charge, is shot and left for dead. Clara, now deep in enemy territory, is forced to make a daring escape while passing along information that could change the war's course. Chapter 7. The Turning Point, Gettysburg. July 1863. The fields of Gettysburg become the stage for the war's most pivotal battle. Ethan, now a hardened soldier, fights in the brutal engagement at Little Round Top. James, leading a desperate charge under Pickett's orders, faces the deadly Union defenses. The two men meet again, locked in a battle neither wanted but neither can escape. Chapter 8. Behind Enemy Lines. Clara's cover is blown, and she is captured by Union forces. She is given a choice: be executed as a spy or provide false intelligence to the Confederacy. With Nathaniel's help, she risks everything to mislead the South and turn the war in favor of the Union. Chapter 9. The Prison Camps. Ethan is captured and sent to Andersonville, the infamous Confederate prison camp. Starving and disease-ridden, he witnesses the horrors of war in ways he never imagined. Meanwhile, James, haunted by the realities of war, begins questioning his loyalty to the Confederacy. Chapter 10. Sherman's March to the Sea. As General William Tecumseh Sherman begins his devastating march through Georgia, James finds himself retreating through a burning landscape. Disillusioned with the Confederacy's cause, he questions everything he fought for. Meanwhile, Ethan, now a Union officer, must reckon with the horrors of total war. Chapter 11. The Final Stand at Appomattox. April 1865. The war reaches its climax. Lee surrenders to Grant at Appomattox Courthouse, but for Ethan and James, the battle is not just on the field, it is within their own hearts. As the guns fall silent, both men must find a way to rebuild their shattered lives. Chapter 12. The Assassination of Lincoln. As the nation celebrates the end of war, tragedy strikes. Abraham Lincoln is assassinated by John Wilkes Booth, sending shockwaves through the country. Ethan, now stationed in Washington, witnesses the chaos firsthand. The nation's wounds are deep, and the road to healing is long. Epilogue. A reunited nation? The war is over, but scars remain. Sarah Freeman becomes an advocate for newly freed slaves. Clara and Nathaniel find love amidst the ruins of war. James, broken but alive, returns to a South that no longer exists. Ethan, carrying the weight of lost comrades, vows to help mend a divided country. As Reconstruction begins, the echoes of war still shape the future. The fight for equality and justice has only just begun. This is the story of the American Civil War, a war of ideals, sacrifice, and redemption. A war that defined a nation,